What's up, guys? Week 2 in Primetime Ballers Connected franchise. 1-0 with the Texans, about to go against Tony E70. 870 against the Chiefs. He's 1-0. Hopefully it's going to be a good game. Man, they got this searching for opponent game session taking forever.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we have two middle linebackers who are counted on to be leaders on defense. It's Derek Johnson going up against Brian Cushing. With that, let's get out to NRG Stadium in Houston. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard round between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. They come out here in the eye. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And now this offensive unit, we get a look at their starters. They put up good numbers last week, looking to carry that forward.
Yeah, Brandon, they saw the numbers from last week. They expect to at least replicate them. They think that they can put up bigger numbers this week. They are a confident bunch.
Rolling to his left. He rifles one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson.
When you keep going across the field, Jamoron, run your route.
At the 50-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a second down. And certainly a key cog in this offensive wheel is Jeremy Maclin.
You've just got to find ways to get him the ball, whether you put him in the slot or put him out on the perimeter.
Jamal Charles back from the torn ACL. He gets the call here. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
As Jamal Charles plays here in 2016, I think 5 was the operative number for him. 5 1,000-yard years before last season, but only 5 games played in 2015.
For the current Chiefs all-time leading rusher. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Short yardage situation. Here's Charles.
Nice.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every
nice.
Division, every
nice. Good shit, JJ.
People charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And now out comes Houston.
Make him think twice before he goes for it next
We'll
time.
see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Dontari Poe emerged on the scene fast as a young player and continues to make big plays at defensive tackle.
They'll come out in the pistol. Osweiler now off the bootleg. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Where is this boy throwing?
Innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches
Come
before
on,
the game
Brock,
is we
what
didn't
are
even
you
have to ask
doing,
any
man?
questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Osweiler will throw again. Caught left side Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Another pistol look here. They'll run. This is Blue. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On is Nick Novak now for the Texans field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy
What is my kicker doing? Do you see this? This boy's lined up the wrong way. If I miss this, I was about to say.
Knocks it through the goalpost, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Now it's Nick Novak back out following his field goal to send it away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback.
Wow. Brandon Whedon. Looks like we got to win this game off of luck, fellas.
And now here comes
Luck and
Kansas
defense.
City. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit. Jamal Charles, nobody in front. He's at the 30.
That was crazy.
10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jamal Charles, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone.
And that's caught inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything.
Oh, come on. You got to block him, 79. I was gone.
You probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Let's go. 3-19.
Here's Whedon. Completion left side to Miller. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Time running out here on the play clock. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. On is Nick Novak now for the Texans field goal. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away.
Jesus.
And this one is right down Broadway. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going at quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And he'll get this up at the 33. Now Jamal Charles, might be in some pain here, remaining down on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
Nice defense, Clowney.
Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So here's Dustin Colquitt now to punt this away for the Chiefs. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's brought down after a good gain. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Texans a 1st down. And that's a guy, Lamar Miller, from Miami, went to the University of Miami, was playing for the Dolphins, but now moved to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, how about that? And sometimes that change of scenery, it may look like it's going to affect him adversely. He's away from his home for the first time ever. But sometimes you get out on your own somewhere else, that can increase your performance. You only focus on your football. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Whedon. And he's got Fuller. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. To throw now on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
All right, here we go.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Smith will turn and give this to his fullback,
Nice.
Sherman. 2 yards
Okay,
on the carry
JJ,
there, and it's gonna lead him to
keep getting
3rd
in there,
down.
man. Keep getting in there. I need you.
Another tackle there, and it's for a
Need
minimal
you.
gain.
Don't got a
And let's face it,
quarterback.
if that's all you're
The
going to
leading
get
is
running the ball,
pulling through
you're
right
not
now.
got much success against
Let's
him and
go.
his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him?
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 20. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big gain there
Fucking
on 3rd
bullshit
and long.
run.
55 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now it's Sherman, the fullback.
Damn, you love running the same play 3 times in a row, bro.
That's the defense that they were
Holy
looking
fuck.
for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
They come out here in the eye. Now we get to the
4
up end.
times.
That's Sherman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, you did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run with Davis. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They snap it to Smith. And this is caught by Wilson for a Chiefs touchdown. Albert Wilson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now the point after try for Santos. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Shreds the tackle. And now out comes Houston. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack, That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because they keep...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Here's Smith. And got his man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Justin Hunter, 81 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And some space here. And he'll slide down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Here's Whedon. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a pickup of 14 there. And the Texans are going to have a first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Caught left side Hopkins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They'll look to throw underneath for Miller. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
So the long field goal attempt winds up awry, and we have reached the intermission. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Smith on first down. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. J.J. Watt there on the tackle for a loss. Of course, last year's Defensive Player of the Year.
And we love saying his name, don't we? J.J. Watt. How about all that production, too? 29 tackles for loss in 2015.
And second place only at 23.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking
That
up
was
the first.
definitely not a
Call it
fucking
1
first
yard
down.
gain
That's
on the
fucking
play.
bullshit.
And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They go again with Davis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down
Playing
right
like a
there.
fucking hug.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so
Need to
fast, it's
come up
almost as if the
smacking that
quarterback
fool.
handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Deep drop, and that's incomplete.
That should be a
Jeremy
fumble.
Maclin, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. To throw is Smith. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And there's a completion to Travis Kelsey. I think he's starting to come into his own as a tight end and as a player, and that makes his quarterback, Alex Smith, really happy.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll come out in the pistol. Smith turns and gives to West. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. But winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game. But when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now they're not going to get the kickoff in time. And that will make this a more difficult prospect. So it's 4th down, and the Chiefs called on their kicker, Cairo Santos, for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
On second down, here's Miller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
No. Check. Patriots. Here we go.
Now Whedon. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Buying time to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it third down and 10. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Come on, man.
On is Nick Novak now for the Texans field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Novak's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So make it 3 field goals for him now. And this last one tightens things up a bit.
And I know that offense is on the sideline right about now, checking out the tablets and saying, man, we let a good chance slip away there. We've got to start finishing some of these drives.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They begin here with a run by Wentz. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
A gain of 3, second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. On second down, here's Smith. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Here's Smith. Hits his target, Hunter. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough.
You guys shouldn't even be allowed to go for it if it's more than 4th and 5. I don't give a fuck if you're past the 50. That's bullshit.
Fourth down. A 6 on this drive. Here's West. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nope. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket and unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Here's Whedon. Caught left side Hopkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
Similar to a slant, it's all about timing when you're throwing a crossing route. Quarterback and receiver have to be in sync, and when they put it on them just right and catch it full speed.
This boy threw it over there, though. Come on, man.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
Hey, blue 45, under. 45, blue 45.
They run again with Ware. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got...
Well, the end of week 2, I lost. It's alright. Still got 14 games to go. I should have won. I lost on some BS. See y'all next time.